Greetings. This is Sports News Stream SNS, and I'm your host, Vernon F. Miller. And before we get started, as usual, I would like to thank all of our subscribers and individuals who are taking the time out to listen to our YouTube channel. And we will be putting together a podcast in the future, so we definitely are looking forward to that. But nonetheless, we definitely appreciate all of the comments, the likes, and subscribes that we're receiving. Please do not be shy in leaving a comment below, whether you agree or disagree with what we have to say. All comments are welcome. And with that being said, let's get into it. All right. Today, the subject is the King, LeBron James. Last night, he surpassed Michael Jordan on the NBA all-time scoring list, and he moved into fourth place. The only three players ahead of him are Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 38,387 points. LeBron James currently sits in the fourth spot with, I believe, 32,311 points. And I was sitting here doing some math calculations here. Currently, LeBron James is 34 years old with 16 years in the NBA season. In his NBA career. If LeBron can stay healthy and stay pretty, in pretty good, decent shape, it's probably a little redundant there, but if he stays in good enough shape, I think he could possibly catch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 3 years. He could possibly catch him in 3 years because if I'm doing my math, and my math serves me correct, we're talking about 38,387, and LeBron has 32,311. That would be a deficit of 6,076 points. I think that's possible. I mean, LeBron right now is averaging 27.1 points per game. I'm not saying he would be able to maintain that average in the next 2-3 years, but even at an average of maybe, right now I think he's at close to 1,200 points for the year. I think if he can maintain that average of maybe about 1,500 points per year, he could probably, he probably need about 1,800. He could probably catch Kareem. So anywhere from 18 to 20 points. If he can average about 20 points a game, he could probably catch Kareem and be the all-time leading scorer, and as well as top 10 in assists, which is a hell of a feat in itself. But with all that being said, the main topic is, should LeBron James leave LA? And in my personal opinion, I think LeBron James has cashed a check that he cannot cash. Now, if LeBron James was maybe 5, 6, 7 years younger, then this would be a mere formality while he's getting himself together to get together and explode on everyone the following year. But that may not be the case with this team, and more importantly, this upper management of the LA Lakers. Magic Johnson and company has done what I would consider somewhat of a piss poor job in assembling the right personnel that LeBron James need to even make themselves competitive. I believe they're in the 13th spot. No, I'm sorry, the 11th spot in the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference, and they have a record of 30-35. Just came off another loss last night, and LeBron James makes a historical move by passing what many would consider the GOAT of the NBA, and that was received by uh, a good amount of boos from the Laker fans. Now I get it, the Lakers and that whole mystique and that whole aura. They really don't go by the individual accolades. They're more on championships. You can go all the way back to Jerry West. So, I get it. The Magics, the Kareems, the Kobe's, and even the Shaqs, I get it. They're used to rings. Yay, you're great. Okay, great. You're the leading scorer. By the way, can you make the playoffs? So, that is, I think that's more of what they're obviously focused on. And right now, I don't know if the Lakers, they're definitely not in a position right now. I don't know if they'll be in a position, more importantly, next year. Because when you sit down and you think about it, you have to say, okay, a few years ago, NBA players didn't mind coming to play with LeBron because LeBron was LeBron. You obviously see the decline. You obviously see that, LeBron of even 2-3 years ago is not the same as what we have now. Now, credited, it's also looked upon. He doesn't have a lot to work with. I mean, he has a lot of young guys, and I wouldn't say average players. I mean, JaVale McGee. I mean, you got Rondo. You got Lance Stevenson. I mean, these guys aren't something that's making you say, "Hey, okay, well, he's got something to work with." I mean, these guys are B+ role players at best. I mean, they're not, So he's definitely having a lot put on his shoulders. And again, Magic isn't really helping. And when you sit back and you think about it, okay, some of the key individuals that will be available next year, you think of Kyrie Irving, you think of Anthony Davis, Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. Now, mind you, by these individuals that I just mentioned, we're talking about heavy, salary requests. Okay, these dudes aren't coming in cheap at all. Anthony Davis is going to be, a boatload. Obviously, you would want to go ahead and grab Anthony Davis. I think the Lakers will be in the position to possibly sign 2 max players, depending on the situation. Anthony Davis may be close to the first $300 million basketball player in history. So he's definitely going to eat up a lot of that cap space. However, you might be able to work it out if you can go ahead and say, hey, get yourself a Kyrie and an Anthony Davis. Then you have something to, you may have something to work with. The chances or the likelihood of that happening, I don't know. I mean, Kyrie to me seems somewhat fickle in that situation. And it seems like Kyrie seems fickle, period. And so it would probably seem more likely the Lakers grabbing maybe a Jimmy Butler. I don't see Jimmy Butler re-signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. I think the Sixers may try to go after Klay Thompson instead. But Jimmy Butler wouldn't nearly be enough for what the Lakers would need. And he would take up a good portion of that salary cap. In my personal opinion, obviously the core piece you're going to want to grab is Anthony Davis, and then try to work it around from there. Now, how many individuals can you get to come play with LeBron? Well, that's a whole different animal in itself. If I'm LeBron, I'm getting the hell out of there. I'm cutting my losses. I'm activating, opening up my trade clause. If there's an opt-out or opt-out or something to that effect, I'm getting out of there, because this is not going to right itself no time soon. Think about it. At best, you're going to have to go ahead and get one megastar and a half a megastar just to be even remotely competitive in a West that's going to be strong for the next 4 or 5 years. You still got Golden State, regardless of what Kevin Durant does. You still got Golden State. Clay stays. I think Draymond still has another year, so Clay stays. Yeah, I mean, with that core, they won a championship with just the Splash Brothers and Draymond. They've won a championship, so you still have to go ahead and hold them accountable. Denver Nuggets are looking like a perennial contender. Sacramento look like they're coming up slowly but surely. And then you got a couple of teams that aren't looking that strong right now, but probably in the next couple of years will definitely be a problem. Like Phoenix Suns, that's a team that pops up in my head. And let's not forget the Clippers. Clippers got plenty of cap space, and they got an owner that does not mind spending and paying the penalties of luxury taxes or whatever later on. Jimmy Butler could slide over there and become an instant pain to the Los Angeles Lakers. So you got more. I mean, let's not forget OKC. You got the Houston Rockets. So there's a lot of strong contenders over in the West that could definitely disrupt what LeBron James and Magic Johnson and company are trying to do. Hey, hell, they're probably going to have to start searching for a new coach first before they even start getting any players. Okay, so you got to find yourself a coach that LeBron James is going to respect, a coach that is not going to be intimidated by LeBron James, and that will probably come at a price as well. I mean, first person I'm thinking off the top of my head is Tyronn Lue. You probably grab Tyronn Lue, maybe consider a Mark Jackson or something to that effect, and try to go from there. So that's probably where they have to start. And with all those headaches and all those components that they have to put together, if I'm LeBron, I'm getting the hell out of there. Hey, I tried. Because, when LA, their expectations are on a different stratosphere. They're on a different level all around. It's a big market, arguably the biggest market. New York may be bigger, depending on who you talk to. And they have championship banners. If it's me, I'm heading over to New York. I'm coming back over to the East Coast, heading over to New York. They got plenty of cap space. They're going to probably get the number one pick. You could go ahead and get Zion. Probably bring a player along with you. Maybe you can meet Kyrie there, and go from there. Okay? You got a coach you can get along with, a coach that's respected. Hey, you respect the coach respects you. I would go ahead and slide over to New York and call it a day and build your supporting cast from there. Love Magic Johnson. He's just not a GM. He's not a GM at all. So if I'm LeBron James, I'm getting out of here and I'm heading to the Big Apple. Congratulations to LeBron James again. Passing the GOAT, Michael Jordan. That's a feat in itself that should be highly regarded and looked upon. But yeah, if I'm LeBron James, I'm getting out of there. I'm getting out of there because, in my opinion, it's not going to get any better next year. They're going to sign they're probably going to get Anthony Davis and another, mid to mid-high player, but that's not going to be nearly enough. They still may have problems or issues still getting into the playoffs because you're still going to have a year older LeBron who looks like, he's already slowing down now. He's supposed to be in playoff mode. Playoff mode was supposed to start a couple of weeks ago, and they've been trash ever since. So, there are a lot of things that he has to that whole entity has to work on as a whole, and I don't see it getting fixed anytime soon. So I will cut my losses and get up out of there. So with that being said, hey, we're going to get on up out of here. Definitely appreciate all of the love and support that everyone is showing us. Don't be shy. Leave a few comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And until next time.